On Tuesday, a congressional body found that nearly 82% of the benefits from a tax provision in the recent CARES Act, that's the coronavirus relief package, will go to millionaires and billionaires. So this was found by the Joint Committee on Taxation and was released by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and Representative Lloyd Doggett. Now, this tax provision, which was part of the $2 trillion coronavirus relief aid or CARES Act, shows that Republicans have used this situation to funnel more money, even more money than we originally thought, to the wealthy. So now, this analysis, according to Common Dreams, who was quoting Whitehouse in a statement, shows that while Democrats fought for unemployment insurance and small business relief, the top priority of President Trump and his allies in Congress was another massive tax cut for the wealthy. Congress should repeal this rotten un-American giveaway and use the revenue to help workers battling through this crisis. Now, the tax provision in question, of course, basically temporarily suspends a limitation on how much owners of a business formed as pass-through entities can deduct against their non-business income, such as capital gains, to reduce their tax liability. The limitation was created as part of the 2017 Republican tax law in order to offset other tax cuts to firms in the legislation. Now, how many people benefit from this? About 3%. Yeah. As the Post reported, the new Joint Tax Committee analysis also included the impact of another tax change in the coronavirus relief legislation that allows firms to write off 100% rather than 80% of their losses, reversing another change in the 2017 tax law. So now you have 100%. Yeah, man, I'm just going to write off all of my losses. Coronavirus, what are you going to do? Now, that analysis, by the way, came after Whitehouse and Doggett sent a letter to Trump administration officials requesting information that could help explain the origins of the GOP provisions in the relief package. It also followed reporting that Trump and his son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner and real estate investors in the president's inner circle could benefit from the legislation's tax giveaways. I've talked about this before. How, yes, there are loopholes in which Donald Trump could personally benefit from this piece of legislation. And we won't know because there's very, very little oversight. Awesome. Now, Doggett said this, quote, "Someone wrongly seized on this health emergency to reward ultra-rich beneficiaries, likely including the Trump family, with a tax loophole not available to middle-class families. The net operating loss loophole is a loser that should be repealed." I agree with this. Now, there's the timing in this is interesting, right? Because this was released as the fourth phase of coronavirus relief legislation has stalled out in Congress. So now Democrats have proposed pushing forward for a $2,000 per month UBI until this crisis is over. It's pushed by Barbara Lee, Tim Ryan, Ro Khanna. And so you've got progressives and moderates that have seen the incredible need for relief going to the workers. Right now, all we have is a $1,200 check, which can be intercepted by banks to pay off other bills. And so that's not a lot of help to struggling families right now. But the Republicans said, oh, no. See, here's the thing. We already gave everything to the rich, and we gave you crumbs. The reason that we put the crumbs in there, the $1,200 payment and the actually pretty good unemployment benefits, is so that we could basically use it as a vehicle to pull off the greatest heist in American history. And you guys voted for it. And we got what we wanted. Our donors got what they wanted. Massive tax cuts that are in this, massive subsidies, giveaways, grants to the rich. And I mean, we're not interested in doing anything else. Sad day for you, man. We our donors are already happy. And so, yeah, we're not gonna get anything else from it. I don't know if there will be a fourth phase of coronavirus relief, especially since Republicans and Trump are trying to send us back to work immediately. They want to reopen the economy by May 1st. A lot of experts, including Dr. Fauci, are saying we're not going to be ready to be back May 1st. No, this thing could last into the summer. And there are even some reports saying that we should be still observing social distancing until 2022. We're not ready to go back to work. Now, here's the thing. Republicans, they point towards, oh, look, there's some declining numbers in how many people are getting infected and dying. That's good. It means we're ready to go back to work. No, it means social distancing is working. It is having an effect in slowing infection rates. But that's only in places where people have been taking it seriously. It's going to take more time for it to have an effect. It has a lag effect because you have an incubation period of the virus of about 7 to 14 days. And so, and within that time, when they're asymptomatic, they can still spread the virus. That's why social distancing is important. And that's why we're not going to see the fruits of this until later. And we're already now starting to see a little bit of a dip thanks to social distancing measures put in place a couple of weeks ago. If you lift it, it comes back. It comes back. And so, yes, we have to continue doing what we're doing. And we can't go back to normal. I mean, we can go back to work eventually, yes, and I look forward to that. I look forward to restarting, the economy. Just one note, and there's something that bothers me about the framing of this conversation as well by Republicans. They said, well, you're going to kill the economy. No, you can't kill the economy. No, you can slow it, obviously, which is what we've done. But there will always be a need for commerce. There will always be need for an economy. People will always need to trade goods and services for a currency. You can't kill an economy. But you can't have an economy if you kill all the people. Okay, so that's the problem. And so we need to focus on not killing all the people so that one day, hopefully soon as medically able, that we get back to doing an economy again. And so we need to, and by the way, since it's going to take a long time, maybe we should start thinking about retooling the economy to better fit the current circumstances so that a lot of us can, continue to work from home, or people that worked from home before could, or couldn't work from home before can start to work from home. Maybe this should be the start of a UBI permanently, and look into more automation in the jobs that we can automate and replace it with a UBI. I'm not against that. I'm just concerned with what way we implement such a UBI system. But that's a much longer conversation. The fact is that we're barely in this. It's only been a month since Donald Trump actually confirmed that this is an actual emergency. And already you've got the donor class, the investor class, and the wealthy getting ready to sacrifice this for more corporate greed. After, by the way, orchestrating in this bill one of the most incredible heists in American history. Their lack of humanity and their greed is just absolutely endless. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on, and you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.